day, Dawns ARKS. Welcome everyone to your weekly Phantasy Star Online 2 podcast recorded on November 7th, 2020. I'm one of your hosts, PrinceBrightstar, and with me is Xance. Go ahead and say hello.
Hello everybody, this is Xance.
How you doing this week here?
I've been really busy with Phantasy Star Universe, that's for sure.
Yeah, we both have definitely been busy. That first night, that was crazy. I was not expecting to do a 12-hour stream.
Yeah, and I did about a 5-hour stream that night, but I've been meaning to stream all this week and just haven't. And hey, Lord Samuel, welcome.
Yep, and I see that an adjustment I made for the Phantasy Star Universe stream is now catching up with me here. So let me see if I can fix that as we're chatting here. But yeah, it's been a good week here overall for everything that's happened. The launch went fairly smoothly, and yeah, I don't think there's really been anything special that that either of us has been playing aside from Phantasy Star this week, really.
Yeah, and I really haven't been playing much PSO2, to be bluntly honest. I really should be playing more of that since I'm doing this podcast.
Well, we can. I mean, it's still there, of course. And really, this was kind of an off week or two here for everything.
That is true.
It's really not that.
Yeah, who needs other games exactly?
Yeah, it's. I mean, last week, we had the release of Luther on Omega. And then, we have to talk about what happened this week. So, since there really isn't much that we can talk about, why don't we just go ahead and hop into the PSO2 updates here?
All right, let's go right into it.
Since we're just going to be talking about. Go ahead.
Yep, let's go right into it.
Yeah, since we're going to be talking about Clementine anyway here in a little bit here. So, first up, we're going to take a look at the updates that we have here for the new AC scratch that was released. Let's go ahead and bring that up on the screen here now.
All right.
And so this week they released a new AC scratch here called the Proud Monarch. Let's take a quick look at that here. And so here we have the Margareta costume here. Of course, she is the ruler of Epic out in the west of Omega. And then we have Elmer's priest garments, which, if you're not sure who Elmer is yet, go ahead and get yourself through the story, because he's kind of a key figure in a lot of stuff in this story.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we've got Harriet in her, I guess, for lack of a better word, her vacation clothes. And then that is a pretty darn cool cast set, I would say.
Oh, definitely. I love that skull shape for the face.
Yep,
pretty
definitely.
Cool. Also, for anyone who is not a cast and wants to look like a cast, there is another outfit part of the scratch called the Soros Battle Attire M.
Yep.
Which is pretty much a cast. Oh, it's a Dark Rappy.
Yep, Dark Rappy.
He's pissed.
Chew, 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 chew. And then we have Aurora, the Fae Dancer as a weapon camo, so if you ever wanted to have Aurora on your hands, there you go.
Margareta pose.
Yep. Yeah, a couple of dances there, or I guess one dance.
Yep. Dance 53.
So yeah, it's been an interesting week. Yeah, to your point, we do have the Soros Battle Attire, which any of the male races can use, not just only Cass.
Yep, it
Soro...
makes you look like a cast.
Say again?
It makes you look like a cast.
Indeed. Soro is from Phantasy Star Online 2, the animation. The first one that came out, and was played by a character by the name of Rena as their online personality. But yeah, it's if you want to get your cast on and you're just a human, Newman, or Dooman, well, there you go. And then of course we have some young Harriet outfits as well here, equipable by female races. Young Harriet, we see during chapter, what was that? Chapter 3, I think?
I don't remember. Like when I got through most of the cutscenes or most of the story stuff to get my Dark Blast, I actually mostly skipped the cutscenes.
Yeah,
I don't remember much of episode 5, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, it's basically an outfit that she wears at a specific point after when you're sort of seeing memories from another figure in the story. So it's that part of it is it's interesting to say the least about who Harriet is. Yeah, Lord Samuel, you're learning the truth about Dudu and Monica, how much everybody hates them and wishes they would turn into a raid boss, so that they could just take them down.
Well, more so Dudu instead of Monica. Monica is Monica.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, we also do have a Sorrow battle attire for females as well here, actually. I'm surprised they didn't group those together here. We do also have the Ludafungus, which is basically when you look at it, it's just these two rings and then like tassels at the bottom of them. It's like there's like nothing to the outfit there.
Yep, it is just that.
Yep.
It probably makes it up with the base wear and inner wear.
Yeah, that's kind of the expectation. Although since I'm still wearing the bold swimsuit, it's not really covering much up there. But that's the dragon character I created out of my cast. Let's see. And then you've also got the Ica Battleware, wearable by female races, and there is also a L'eau de Clope for female characters.
Okay.
Moving on to the base wear, much of the same here. Yeah, there's the base wear that you were talking about there. So, I guess it's kind of expected you're gonna mix it up with what was up above. But because you can pretty much put outfits together in 3 pieces, you can do it pretty much however you want. You've also got the Divine Queen base wear there. And Rena's battle attire. And if you're wondering why we're suddenly seeing Phantasy Star Online 2, the animation characters in-game, get to the story. That's all I can really say. It makes sense once you understand what's actually going on.
Much like I don't like acknowledging PSO2 the animation because it sucks, but you got the characters in the game, so fine.
Yeah, for that one, it's sort of like, watch episode 1, then skip to, like, episode 8 or 9, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Although episode 1, you get the beautiful line of, I'll just hit random. Wow, that looks exactly like me.
Yeah. And then we got an interesting selection of innerwears once again here. I don't know what to really say about those.
Yeah.
Once again, you got the cast set here.
Oh, yes it is. Yes it is, Ryo Pichu.
Yeah, episode 1 was basically the length of 2 episodes. For
the game, yeah.
Yeah.
But for the anime, oh yeah. The anime is like, you watch the first episode, and if you can get past that, I guess you can watch the rest of the series if you really wanted to.
Yeah, it's like episodes 2 to 7 are like, okay, here's how Phantasy Star Online 2 works, here's how to play the game, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Episode 8, oh wait, there are fall spawns showing up on Earth? Yeah, the whole animation was essentially a lead-in for episode 4 back in the day.
Nowadays, it's just another anime that is fun to make fun of, I guess.
Yep.
I make fun of it all the time. I haven't watched all of it.
Yep. We got the typical assortment of different hairstyles here. A bunch of hair actually. Ephilia hair.
I really like that Aurora long hair GV.
This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of got like the same hair drills as we saw last time. And then we've got a set of anime and manga eyes.
Perfect. Especially since we're doing stuff related to episode of the anime.
Yep. You can get yourself some striped socks, it looks like, or striped tights, rather. You've got the Divine Queen's headdress, as well as her earrings. As well as a choker.
Perfect.
And then you've also got Eucletia's cape in several colors here, it looks like. There's a red here. And then there's a Crimpiacio cape, which is
basically
very
the same
similar. I'm not sure the name change.
But you can see that it like has a fade of dark to it.
Yep. Although I would have just expected that to be a GV as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. You got the Ica beret, fungus headgear accessory. So another thing to go with that outfit we saw up above. And a fungus tail. Femere headgear. And shoulder jets, so once again, accessories you can put onto your cast if you want to do that.
Or on your human if you really wanted to.
Yep. And there, once again, is the Dark Rappy. And once again, augments are limited to the Photon Point /2s this week. We'll probably see the Photon Point /3 return once we get to the end of episode 5 at this rate here.
Oh, definitely.
And yeah, we got the Somersault, the Sway, Dance 53, and the Margarita Pose. And then as for bonus rewards, the only one that we've got this week is the Ica Hair GV.
And it's probably just going to be one of them, just like all the other bonus rewards.
Yep. And with that, we've also got a new Fun Scratch this week as well.
Oh, yay, fun!
So, once again, typical assortment of hairstyles here as well as makeup. We got some new body paints here. The metal, as well as... actually, no, it's just metal, but it's male and female here.
Yep.
We got some sunglasses if you want to get those on, I guess.
Yeah, they just hang around your neck. It's much better having sunglasses actually on your face.
Yep. And some shoulder bags, so what? How many bags is that now? It's like 4 or 5.
Like one of the bags I got from AC Scratch was the handbag.
And then we got leg thrusters here. Go ahead.
I said the same thing.
Gas canisters, which is kind of interesting.
Okay. I could see some uses for that for some sort of outfit.
Yeah, some sort of a steampunk thing or something.
Yeah.
You got the Ica sticker here. As well as X-ray paint, although I think now we're starting to get into what was there last week.
Yep, most of this stuff is last week's stuff.
Yep.
We still got
let's see, I think we had some...
Got some
it's all vintage
there.
stuff this week, it looks like.
Yep.
Along with a vintage theme. You can also get a scenery pass for the mothership now.
Oh, nice. And the emote for this week is Greeting 2.
Yep. No, Global does not have that particular urgent quest yet. We're going to get into that a little bit later here.
So the urgent quest that we did get is the escort quest.
Indeed.
It's pretty much an escort.
Yeah. Do you want to take this one, Zance?
Sure thing. And ARKS, okay, this is just talking about the urgent quest stuff, so let's scroll down to the Queen's Nightmare. Reports have indicated that the Guardian has recently encountered Apprentice the Vernal in alternate dimension Omega while exploring the Epoch Desert. In order to combat this Dark Falls, ARKS will be deploying a mobile high-output photon particle cannon, and operatives will need to escort it to within range of Apprentice before engaging the menace. If this object is destroyed, repeat immediately to your gateway ship, as the mission will be considered a failure. The weapon is sensitive to bumps and vibrations, so be aware that moving the structure will slowly weaken it, but successful attacks by enemies will also cause damage. Along the route, mana crystals and demonicite outcrops can be used to repair the particle cannon. So yeah, it's a small little escort thing of just bringing this particle cannon to Apprentice, and then afterwards, you then get into your angel form and fight Apprentice.
Yep, that is sort of the unique thing of this urgent quest. If you've been putting off trying to ever a Dark Blast, well, this quest is basically going to force you to do it now.
Yep.
So yeah, you're getting your Dark Falls Luther on in this quest. One tip I would recommend for everybody here is if your mana pool is full, don't collect the crystals until that goes down a little bit, please.
Yeah, save collecting the crystals whenever you need to.
Yeah, otherwise you potentially are going to run out before the end of the mission, because that just gets lost. You got the Phobos series as part of the reward for this one here, as well as the Allure series. Those are going to be useful for the Lightstream series weapons once those come out.
Yep. Wait, same with the Phobos weapons?
No, Phobos is its own thing.
Okay.
Yeah, for it was what was it? It's Detonate series for Elder. It's the Claudium series for Luther. It's the Allure series here for Apprentice, and then Gemini is the Zerier series, I think. Okay. At least I think that's what it's called. They changed it from Charia on the Japanese version. I'm not quite sure what that was about, but yeah. And Phobos series has the following weapon potential at plus 35 enhancement, 6% potency increase, and additionally for a limited time while the weapon is stealth. When attacking, the effect will vanish once the time is up.
Basically, it'll increase additionally for a limited time, and then while you don't have the weapon out, and whenever you attack, then it'll use that extra damage.
Yep. Also, if you've been interested at all in getting high-level enhancements for your Ranger, this is the quest you want to be running, because augments on this are going to come with plus 40 melee range and technique, and then for the Apprentice Soul, and then for the Pregnia Reverie, you're going to get range plus 40 as well there.
It's pretty big.
Yep. Everybody else stand by. There's going to be something coming in an urgent quest in the near future.
That will be specific for melee and technique.
Yep.
Due to fail a precision 4. Yeah. You do that.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta use your boosters, and even then, sometimes doo-doo is gonna fail. There's also the Luxalola that was released as well here. Increases potency by 10%, increases focus during successful double saber wind parry, slashing away with a powerful string of attacks. And
there's
then you've also...
Wait, there's a parry with double saber?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't play double saber. I play Soaring Blades.
Yep. And the Bringer Rifle from Phantasy Star Online makes a return here in PSO2 with the... Go ahead.
Nice.
Yeah, with the weapon potential here, Chaotic Right Hand, level 3, increases potency by 6%, changes attack performance when using weapon attack, or weapon action. And then there's also the Curse Cutter Gayan, Bloodthirsty Curse, level 3, increases potency by 8%, enhances combat finisher and normal attack performance according to the number of normal attacks landed. So that's going to be for your Braver class. And we also have a refight version of the quest here. So why don't you talk to us about that one, Zance?
Alrighty. So the refight must possess a super hard difficulty permit, which is 80 on both main and sub. Unless you're playing hero, then it's just 80. It's also available to those who get a quest trigger from the urgent quest, so that's cool. Omega Falls Apprentice is back, and you have fewer operatives on your side and no photon particle cannon to assist you. You also have a lot less time to get the job done. Oh, and did we mention Apprentice is angry about her earlier loss? Hopefully you have some well-equipped friends, because this fight will be a challenge. I don't know if it's well-equipped, or you have to make sure that your EXP has been good, specifically with your Dark Blast.
Yep.
You need to get definitely up. So
you want to make sure you level that thing up at this point, because otherwise you're just not going to have the attack power you need to finish the quest.
Yeah.
With the rewards for this, we get the Chronos Eterna Stone, which will help you get your Atlas weapon together.
Yep. Remember, the drop rate of the Eterna Stone is really, really low.
Yep. And we've also got the Wilke Shente weapon camo here, which is for every weapon except Harmonizers. Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Yep.
And kind of leading into our other topic here today, but let's go to this first here. We also have an update for the Fresh Find Shop, and they are doing Phantasy Star Universe items here. Well played, Sega. Well played.
Well played. I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but it's really funny.
Yep. They may have been paying attention and just decided to release this week, but, you know, if they're going to fire off like this, we have to fire off with something else, which we're going to get into shortly here. But let's take a look at this here. We have the Mikuna set box here. So if you wanted to get your Mirai / Karen thing on, you can do that. And yeah, the Profound series is dropping from Eternal Rondo, and that is also spoilerific quest if you get to that point. We've also got the Guardians F replica. So this is the outfit that Lumia was wearing later on in the Phantasy Star universe, particularly when it came to episode 3, I think, or was this in the Phantasy Star Portable area? I'm trying to remember. It was somewhere in there.
I believe it was Portable 2 where she wore that.
Okay. And then we've also got Ethan's coat replica, which was a rogue's outfit that was given to him by Tylor and the rest of the rogues when he had to escape from the Guardians colony after being suspected of attacking Dolan Grissom.
Yep, that was in Vision of the Illuminous.
Yep.
But I would love to have his original coat. That would be nice.
Yeah, I think they already ran through that one earlier this year, unfortunately.
Yeah. But do it again, because I missed the coat.
They might do it again in
during the FG Strout.
I mean, we're a couple of years off from the 15th anniversary of Phantasy Star Universe, so it's
true.
So we're gonna get there soon enough. We've also got a new trigger here, and that is Festive Song for Winged Ones. So, that's probably going to go into what is going to be coming up this week here. On the 11th, there is going to be a maintenance, and with that maintenance, we are expecting there to be a new lobby themed around Thanksgiving.
Yep, since the Halloween lobby ends at that maintenance.
Yep. I still can't believe the Japanese side is getting that lobby as well.
It's hilarious.
I know. Do they act? I don't think they celebrate Thanksgiving over there. So what's going on?
Yeah, because Thanksgiving is purely an American holiday.
Exactly. Yeah, it really doesn't make any sense unless the players over in Japan saw what we got for Independence Day and they were like, "That's a really cool lobby. Can we get that?"
Maybe.
Which I suppose is possible. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for next week here. But we do also have some other things coming up for Phantasy Star Online 2. So we're going to kind of get into some predictions now in terms of what we're sort of expecting over the next couple of months here. So, starting on November 11th, we're expecting the final Episode 5 story is going to be released. And once again, these are just predictions. This is not the official calendar. This is just based on our prior experience with the game.
Yeah, we don't know fully of what's coming up, but we can kind of guess.
Yeah. So November 11th, the final Episode 5 story chapter is going to be released. Along with that, we're going to have the Thanksgiving event, Urgent Quest, along with the Holiday Lobby. If Sega is going to be releasing the battle units from, which are the red and the blue shine, now is the time to do that. Otherwise, I mean, they're probably not going to get released at all. These are units that basically improve either your attack or your defenses as a back unit. And the reason I say do it now or don't do it is basically there's going to be a back piece coming up from an Ultimate Quest in the near future, which will essentially replace one of those. We've also got the 4th Omega Dark Falls Urgent Quest coming up this week, which is going to be for Dark Falls Gemini. That is going to be a Buster Quest themed one, but it's a little bit different since you don't have everything lined up in a single line. Instead, you're going to be attacked on 3 sides in this particular Buster Quest.
Yep, and it's the one that if you play on super hard, you're going to fail.
Yep.
You need the damage output, and on super hard, you just can never get it.
Agreed. I would also say with this week, Atlas X weapons, it's time to release them or don't release them at all, because otherwise we're going to crash right into the Lightstream series.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also going to be a new Ultimate Quest. Since the final story is being released, I'm also calling for the new Ultimate Quest to be released this week as well. No, Global is on extra hard or extremely hard at this point, but it's more super hard balancing got really messed up on the Global version, where enemies have a lot more HP than they should compared to the Japanese version.
Yeah, super hard is still a thing that some people still have to do, but most are on extremely hard.
Yep. And then there's one more thing I'm calling for this week. Given that we had that Fresh Find Shop update with the Phantasy Star Universe costumes, I am calling for the Amelia and Vivian side story to come out this week as well.
Real quick, were they voiced in JP?
They were.
Okay, so if they get the original voice actors for Amelia and Vivian, that would be great.
They did on the Japanese side, but the American, or rather Western version, I don't think ever had any voice actors.
Yes, there were. On PS, Phantasy Star Portable 1, all the cutscenes were voice acted, even all the ones with just the still images. But they took that out on Portable 2 for some reason. But all of the cutscenes, that were pre-rendered, those still had voice acting.
Okay, so then maybe. Okay, I see what you're saying. So then I need to check that because I do have access to the voice clips, but I just haven't had a chance to compare them then.
Okay.
So that's what we're expecting for next week. It's basically an event that brings Vivian and Amelia to the ARK ship on one of their subspace adventures.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Even
for
though,
November
Vivian-
18th, we're going to
even
get the
though that,
final... Say again?
Because it's weird that Amelia and Vivian would be teaming up, since Amelia is part of Little Wing, and Vivian's a Guardian, and Little Wing and Guardians don't get along that well.
I agree with you there, and it's an interesting situation, but I mean, after the events of basically how they wiped out Phantasy Star Online from even being a part of the timeline, it kind of makes sense that they would make their way over to the ARKS. Anyway, November 18th, we're looking at the final Episode 5 Urgent Quest, as well as the release of the Lightstream series.
I thought she did join the Guardians.
Rooks is saying she got kicked out.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time since I played Portable 1.
Yeah,
I really
here.
should play that. But Portable 2 is just so much better.
That it is. Circle strafe and all that sort of stuff. I can't wait for that Infinity patch to come out. So November 25th, we're going to have the start of the road to Episode 6, and that is going to include the Chaotic City Limited Quest, as well as a new trigger called Light World Destroyers, and that is going to be your Mother Deus trigger, which will open the path to the Expert Queue.
Ooh. By the way, this is just something I just found. There's a promo for Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity English localization. This video just got posted on November 4th.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me
I just found this. This was posted by Jam Rules.
Okay, let's take a moment to take a look at this here then. Let me bring up the audio again. Alright, and let me just get myself set up.
Yeah, that's actually pretty big having this here.
Looking really good here.
出会った時の話はしないんだな。
おやおや、わざと黙っていてあげたんだけど、もしかして話して欲しかったのかな？誰かに聞いて欲しかったのかな？
切るぞ。
おっと怖い怖い。
覚悟はいいですか？
どうしてもやる気か。
愚問ですね。行きますよ。
Wow, so they're doing it this year then.
They did mention that how they wanted it to be released by the end of this year.
Yeah, that's they've done an amazing job with that. I'm glad that we were able to help them promote that a little bit here in the show.
Yeah. It's something I'm really excited about because I put a lot of time into Portable 2.
Yeah. It's
But now that I know about this, oh boy, I gotta get myself ready for that. Gonna play Portable 2 more.
Yeah, it's as if the end of this year couldn't be busy enough already. between episode 6 launching, Clementine just launching this last weekend, and now this. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, but yeah, it's definitely good find on you there. I wish I had seen that earlier. We did kind of get sidetracked a little bit here. Let's kind of continue on with what we're looking at for the end of the year here, for PSO2 that is. So, as I was saying before, November 25th, Road to Episode 6 begins, including the Chaotic City Limited Quest, as well as the new Trigger Light World Destroyers. And then the week after, we're likely going to get a Grind and Augment week. So that'll make it a little easier for you to get your weapons prepared. We're likely also getting the Revelry of Darkness limited quest as well. And that is a point-based one that determines how many rewards you get at the end. And then December 9th, the launch of Episode 6. We're going to get the Christmas Lobby. We're going to get the Ultra Hard Lilliput area. We're going to get Story Chapter 1 released. Level 95 level cap released, and the Phantom class released.
Ooh boy! So, real quick, when it comes to the Phantom class, this is a unique Scion class. Specifically, after Hero, they made it to where the successor classes or Scion classes could be used as a subclass. Because if Hero was allowed to be a subclass, it would just be way too overpowered.
Oh yeah.
They balanced these out a lot better so that you could actually use them as a subclass. And when Etoile is out, you can go Hunter Etoile and basically be nigh unkillable.
Yep. Phantom, though, is more photon point based in that
it's very heavy photon based.
Yeah. Yeah, basically you want to get yourself, if you can, up to 300 photon points in your pool.
Mm-hmm. It is Phantom's really good to use with Force.
Yep.
But yeah, you need those photon points.
I've heard people call Phantom basically being the next level Force, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Pure Dex Mag. Is that? Oh yeah, yeah. For Phantom, yes, you want a Pure Dex Mag, which I do have.
Yep, I've got one as well. I'm probably going to be switching from Hunter Fighter to Hunter Phantom, at least until Etoile comes out.
Yeah, and I'll probably stick to Hero or do a Bouncer Phantom. Since having a Pure Dex Mag, it kind of boosts it much more than a Bouncer Hunter does.
Yep. Alright, so, after that, the week of 12/16, we're going to have the Christmas on Ice Urgent Quest released.
Which is also part of the Christmas lobby, which makes sense.
I am looking forward to finally getting my all-class 14-star sword, which is basically a Christmas tree.
Yep, that'll be nice.
And then, December 23rd, we're going to get Story Chapter 2 released. The first of the 13-star units, Ultra Hard Navarius, and a new urgent quest, Armada of Demise.
Oh, hey, Armada. I like that urgent quest.
And then the last thing we have for this year, in our predictions, December 30th, we're going to have Corruption Course Excluder as a limited quest. That is one that takes you down into the corrupted Amduskia area.
Mm-hmm. I wonder when they're going to bring the what's the quest currently on JP? I know what it is. I'm just losing the name of it.
You're talking about Divide Quests?
Divide Quest. Yes, that's it.
We're probably going to see that around the time of Chapter 3 or 4. More likely 4, just because Chapter 3 is going to be Space Megatsu.
Yeah, true.
Which, by the way, Space Megatsu! So yeah, get ready to fight that thing in an AIS. Speaking of which, in Episode 6, AIS has been upgraded to the Vega versions, and those are good for battle in space.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Grimid, these were all predictions.
Mm-hmm. So we don't know when all this stuff's going to come out. We're just saying this is probably when it's going to be coming out.
Yep. Yeah, this based on the original Japanese release schedule. Some things are being shuffled here because, you know, holidays aren't landing like they did with the Japanese version. So things like the Chocolate Way, we're probably not going to see that until next year for Valentine's, and things like that.
But hey, we're almost fully caught up to JP.
Yep, you're getting close here.
Mm-hmm. Getting close to all the content.
Yeah, they're still missing some stuff. We never got the Episode 3 limited quest where Kuna sings as you're fighting the Fall Vibrus and things like that. All right, with that, let's kind of jump into sort of the main story for this week here, being our impressions of Phantasy Star Universe Clementine. So, on the initial night, the server did not come up on time.
No, it was an hour delay.
Yep. So, I was streaming at that time, so I decided to hop over to Phantasy Star End of the Millennium for a little bit there. But then the servers did come up. The first couple of minutes, yeah, things were a little tight there. I couldn't get into my room initially. I crashed out. But then once I headed for Unsafe Passage, things started to work a little bit better there.
Yeah, I've ran into a couple of issues every now and then. But most of the time, it was pretty stable. And especially after the launch period, it was very stable. A lot better than the last test, that's for sure.
Yeah, once they started doing load balancing on the 4 universes, that made things so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, so I went into Unsafe Passage. I think you joined me for a while there, Xantz.
Yeah, I did. Until I crashed.
Yeah, that seemed to be a common theme, at least early on here. I had once we had gotten over to Raphon Meadow, another member of the team had dropped out. Or no, it wasn't that they dropped out. They got stuck in an infinite loading screen while the rest of us fought the Duragon. And then immediately following that, the server went down briefly. And I realized when I came back, I did not get my mission points. I did not get my level from that quest.
Aw.
So that kind of sucked.
Speaking of mission points and levels, they've been making a lot of adjustments to those in the past just week this has been up.
Yeah, it's been crazy how many patches they've pushed out. And in fact, why don't we go ahead and bring that up here at this point, because we can refer to that here.
Yep.
So starting off here. Oh, let me get this set up right again. Let's see. Here we go. So, and let me zoom this in a little bit here so everybody can see. So, at the initial launch of the game, we had 12 classes, 3 basic and 9 expert. You had the Hunter, Ranger, Force, Gunner, Gun Techer, War Techer, Forte Fighter, Forte Gunner, Forte Techer, Pro Transer, Acro Fighter, and Acro Techer.
So,
and, go ahead.
There are none of the master classes available yet, since there are barely any S-rank weapons that are available. So,
right.
Out of all of these, you said you're going to be going for the Forte Gunner, right?
Gunmaster in the end, but yeah, Forte Gunner for now.
Yep. Currently, I am an Acrotecher, which is actually something that is not common for me since most of the time I played Forte Fighter with the Twin Sabers.
Have you grabbed one of the Photon Whips yet?
Yes, I have.
How you liking it?
I do like it, but there's only one PA so far for it.
That's true. Yep. Let's see here. Requirements and MP required per level have been adjusted to conform with the new MP formula for missions.
And now they reverted that back to retail.
Well, this is just the initial state of the game that we're looking at here. This isn't
this is initial launch of the game of how they had things.
Yep.
So types can go. So the level cap was starting at 50, but types they can go all the way up to level 200. Now the thing is for this, the main stat that you only like if you only care about getting to the main stat, you only need to get it up to up to 20. Getting it up to 100 will give you a overall like slight, very, very, very slight increases in certain stats. But after 100, it is purely prestige.
Yep.
It gives you nothing.
Yep. So just be aware of that while you can continue to level it up, you're probably going to have a hard time getting all the classes up to level 200.
Yeah, it's designed in a way to make it to where you'll never get to that. Meseta has been heavily adjusted, which, yeah, I can definitely tell it has. The amount of time that I've put into the game, I'm around 200,000 Meseta right now, which,
nice.
Yeah, I can barely get much with that. I got all my starting stuff now, so I have all the techniques and PAs that I really need right now. That's still a lot of Meseta that... because there's just so much other stuff I need to get, and I just don't have the Meseta for it.
Yeah, I still can't afford all of my Photonite bullets either.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Rare missions and rare enemies now have new mechanics in order to be obtained. Rare enemies can no longer be obtained if a player has abandoned a mission before completing it. Rare enemy obtain rates have been adjusted. So...
basically, if you abandon a mission before completing it, you won't be able to find a rare enemy then.
Yeah, so that kind of negates the whole watching what the first set of enemies is in an area, watching what the first set of enemies in the second area is to know if you're on the right track for a rare enemy or not.
Yeah.
Rare missions also now have a higher chance to be obtained based on the number of missions a player completes. And Photon Fortune rotates on a set daily basis and affects only rare mission, rare enemies, slot machines, and offering box. Every player starts with 200 Meseta in their common box. This is to allow players to change their type of their first character at level 1 essentially for free. A new item...
if you choose a human, but you want to be a ranger, you can use that 200 Meseta to change over to a ranger, but then you won't have the starting PAs for that, or the starting weapon, so have fun.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not a complete deal there, so you'll still be using that saber and handgun for a little bit there.
Grab can now be attained from synthesis failures instead of absolutely nothing.
And
so
that can
you can get recycle boards from Guardians Colony 2nd floor to then use that scrap for something actually useful.
Yep.
Consumable items have new prices and carrying limits. Like with Scape Dolls, it has a carrying limit of 3. And with the Moon Automizers, it's a carrying limit of 5. Missions now follow a new MP formula. It's based off of the rank of the mission you're doing, what rank you get, and how many enemies were there, and if it's a boss or not.
No more running White Beast over and over and over.
Yeah. Because there are other missions you could do that give out better MP. You can still spam White Beast if you really wanted to, but there are better missions.
Yep.
That are quicker. Enemy experience payout and stats have been adjusted, but that was at the launch. With the latest update, now it's back to what it was with retail.
Yep, we'll get to that shortly.
Yep, we will. All bosses have improved AI and attack data. I can definitely vouch for that with some of the bosses I've faced.
Yeah.
They're a bit tougher than what they used to be.
Yeah. No more standing behind the Danga. I think that's what it was called. The one in the abandoned temple.
Yeah. Can't just stand behind him and just wail on him to win. Because they'll turn around. Oh no. During seasonal events, the variety shop will bring in exclusive items. Seasonal enemies do not currently spawn. They don't have that working yet. Missions will exhibit a party multiplier per member that increases the stats of enemies. For every party member after the party leader, enemies will gain 20% HP and 3% ATP for a maximum of 100% extra HP and 50% extra ATP for 6 players. Basically, it's a giveaway for enemies to be slightly stronger when you have more people, so everyone can get hits in. Because the way that EXP is divvied out with people, if you tag an enemy, you get 100% of the EXP. If you don't tag an enemy, it's about 75% of the EXP. Because in the original game, if you didn't tag an enemy, you got nothing. If you tagged an enemy but didn't do the killing blow, you only got 75%. And if you did the killing blow, then you gained the full amount, which was stupid.
Yep. This is a much better system, for certain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. It's also the system that Phantasy Star Online on Affinia does it, except for the part with taking out the dealing the killing blow. If you tag the enemy, you still only just get about 75% of the EXP. I believe that's the case on Affinia. I may be wrong.
It's been a while since I played on there, so...
Mm-hmm. Missions will also exhibit a drop rate reduction system based on the number of party members. For every party member after the party leader, boxes will gain a 10% increase to DNR, which means did not receive, for a maximum of 50% with 6 players. They did adjust this now, so this is not the exact same amount.
Yep.
But basically, it's basically to make it to where it doesn't completely flood everyone with the same items. Because items are now individual drops, similar to PSO2.
Yep, that's definitely a good change that they made there, so that you no longer have players rushing to grab an item as soon as a boss goes down and such.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the one item you're trying to farm for so long and finally drops, and then someone else picks it up and then just leaves.
Yep. But that's what we had at launch. Let's move on to the updates that have been released since then.
There's been 2 updates so far. Yep,
so update number 2. The Buggas series have had their evasion points reduced from 500 to 250%, so that makes them a whole lot more hittable.
Yeah, basically the way that hits are shown in game, if you hit an enemy and it comes up as 0, that's considered a miss. Similar to PSO when it just showed miss.
Yep. The only way to guarantee that your attack is going to hit is to hit an enemy from behind.
Yep. And that was also the same in PSO.
Yep. And here in PSU, that even became a little bit of a meme, because even the NPCs were saying, from behind!
Mm-hmm.
Also, Balsoza and Galzoran should no longer gain increased stats from the sword buff. For items, the body style ticket price has been reduced to 10 silver from Casino Valoil. For missions, go ahead.
A broken warp in Sunken Shrine was fixed. Basically, it would warp you, I believe it would warp you out of bounds or something, or just not work. it was one of those. An issue where a party clearing Phantasy Voyage would not get the clear reward if leaving through the ending warp crystal has been fixed.
And speaking of warping, real quick, is it me, or does it seem like we're like getting pulled to the new locations after a warp, where then previously it was just like instant. The camera didn't like try to drag along with you.
I don't know, because yeah, the camera is dragging along with you, because some warps you'll end up with the camera just being directly below you or directly above you. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't remember that happening on official, so that might be one of the fixes they had to do to even make this work. Under system, all missions have received an increase in MP for clear rewards. Military subway and all rare missions have received substantial MP multipliers. Missions with bosses will give slightly more MP. An issue where units could not be sold in player shops has been fixed. Any player who lost units because of this have been reimbursed and can find their items in their partner machine storage. And
so yeah, what was going on with the units there was anyone who put units up in the player shop, they just disappeared completely.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. And an issue where consumables such as star atomizers and moon atomizers would kill other players upon use has been fixed. I never had this happen to me before, but I did see someone actually do this. They got a star atomizer as a drop, and they used it, and everyone just died.
It was really weird, because it hit me, and what happened was my health bar was still full, but I was just laying on the ground dead.
Yep. A full bar of HP, and you're just dead.
Yep.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a recent update from this morning, actually. So, rare enemy drop rates have been increased, and bosses have received increased EXP payout multipliers. Basically, to give it to where bosses are more sought after, specifically if we want to get to level cap. Purchase price of Trimates, Photon Charge, and Escape Dolls has been lowered. Star Atomizer has been added to consumable NPC shop. Oh, that's nice. Description of the Cat Queen suit has been fixed. The Soda Clama and Ascalon should now have a sound effect when swung. The Beef Slayer weapons should now be able to drop in any element. Yeah, before they were only dropped in a fire element, and specifically from Dragon. Alceva Bonga has had its model corrected. Blackheart has had its visual effect corrected. Okay. Fixed issue where support line was unable to be equipped on Ranger, Force, and Flygunner. Oh, that's pretty important, because isn't support line supposed to be a good thing on Ranger?
Yeah, it is supposed to be, yeah.
Fixed an issue where Rebel Stella was not being dropped in only Dark Element. EX Trap purchase price has been lowered from 600 to 450. It's good for the Pro Trancers. Burn Trap G, Freeze Trap G, and Virus Trap G purchase prices have been lowered. Also good for Pro Trancers. Me HP Restore purchase price is now 10,000 Meseta instead of 15,000. All real handgun weapons have had their stats corrected. I don't know if that means it got lowered or raised. I don't know. It's probably lowered.
I'm not sure either, but I've got a pair of those, so I'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. Hustleberry has been added to the Raphon Meadow area drop, and Adna Cannon material drop rate has been slightly increased. Now, here's the big thing when it comes to Casino Valoyo. There was one guy who had a ridiculous amount of gold. Like, way too much to be able to get all that in just 1 week. So there were adjustments to the slot machines there. So bronze coin slot machines are now affected more heavily by the player's photon fortune, and silver and gold coin slot machines are now affected less by the player's photon fortune. So yeah, the gold and silver ones were affected very heavily by the photon fortune, and it ended up with some guy just having so much gold. Bronze coin slot machines now only give a maximum jackpot of 50, silver of 5 gold, and a gold of 100 gold. And the biggest change was taking out the rotational clothes parts in the casino and just putting them in clothing shops for 125,000 Meseta.
Yep. So really, it's just the weapons that are still left in Casino Loyal now.
Which those weapons can stay there. Same with all the other, like My Room stuff. That stuff can stay. But when it came to the outfits, that was just the more annoying part because of making that like a weekly rotational thing. Photon Arts. Ice, electric, and light machine guns have had their ATP modifier increased by 10% at levels 1 through 19. Angareta has had its targets correct from 223 to 335. Okay, that's good. And Gravity Dance, Bogadanga, and Senta Kazanga have all received wider hitbox counts. And here's the big system changes. Player experience table has been decreased to officials' values. With this change, enemy experience payout has been reduced by 25%. And same thing with the type MP requirements. They've been reverted to officials' values. The MP formula adjustment from November 2nd's update has been reverted. So yeah, the big MP increase in certain missions and bosses, those were reverted. So now it's back to the way that official was, but it still uses the new MP formula for missions.
Yep.
The area drop rate of bosses have been increased. Due to this, the DNR multiplier per party member has been reduced from 10% to 8%, which is nice. That allows that makes it to where people aren't very salty about having other people in the party. Area drop rate. I read that. Chance to obtain rare missions have been lowered significantly. I've only ever gotten one rare mission.
Same here, and it was from another party member.
Yeah. Cast head styles 18, 19, 20 should now save properly upon purchase. Nanoblast can no longer be affected by status effects. That's a good thing to make sure to change, because Nanoblast should not be affected by status effects.
Yeah, imagine the attack one with shift on it.
No, it was more so the any of the Nanoblasts getting affected by stun and stuff like that. And fixed an issue where simple mail will not be received from other players. So yeah, that's the just very recent updates. And when it came to adjusting the EXP and mission point stuff, there were some people who got a level increase and type increase based off of that.
Yep. But ultimately, despite the little hiccups here and the maintenances that have happened, the server is doing exceedingly well for what it is.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not sure where the player base is currently congregating, though.
Most of the time, it's just around. There's a couple people that I actually play with on the Discord, and we mostly just go to places to farm.
Have you been out to the Falls Memoria yet?
Not yet, and I really should head out there.
Gotcha.
Yep. I'm at level 41 at the moment, with being Acrotecher level 4.
Gotcha. Well, congrats for making it out of the basic classes. I'm still stuck in there right now.
They'll get eventually out there.
Yep. Yep. And,
yeah, so far with my impressions of Clementine, I'm enjoying it. I've put a decent amount of time into it right now, and I'll probably play it after I'm done with my work today.
Gotcha.
Really should do more in PSO2, but Clementine.
Yeah, it's good to have a server up again, and you know it's probably always going to be there. I mean, the service is donated for by players of the game, so it's self-sufficient in that way. And it's not a pay-to-win service either. It's just if you want to donate, you help to keep the servers alive.
You get no extra benefit except for a pretty colored name in the Discord, and that's it.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with what they've done with the server. I'll definitely be hopping on again in the near future. Probably gonna do a stream either tonight or tomorrow, yeah. Hopefully this they don't do another maintenance while I'm trying to stream.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to combine the last stream with this one on YouTube once I do put it up. Anyway, so that's Phantasy Star Universe Clementine. Definitely best of luck to them in the future with any further developments that they make. Please add the story stuff if you can.
Yeah, that would be nice. It's kind of hard too, but it would be nice if they did.
Yeah. Episode 3. There's nowhere to play that currently, so if you guys can do it, please. All right, let's move on to the final topic that we have for today. Kind of a side thing, since it's not directly related to Phantasy Star, but it's big enough in for Sega that it's kind of an important thing that we probably should talk about here. Sega is selling its arcade business. This originally came out of GamesIndustry.biz, but we went with Game Rant here. So, not too long ago, Sega was forced to shut down its Akihabara arcade, one of the most famous gaming establishments in the district, most likely due to the ongoing pandemic. That was already a sad day for arcade enthusiasts, but things have unfortunately gotten worse, as Sega has announced that it is withdrawing from the arcade business entirely. To be more specific, Sega Sammy, the company that owned Sega after it, and pachinko manufacturer Sammy merged in 2004, reported a decline in visitors and business at its arcades, resulting in a significant loss for the company. No doubt this is also because of the pandemic, which is forcing many people to stay in their homes and not visit any public places that could feasibly contain many people. It's not all grim news, though. While Sega Sammy sold 85.1% of the company, the majority of its shares to Genda Inc., an arcade rental company, Sega will continue to make arcade machines and the like. Genda can then purchase those machines, which will continue to bear the Sega branding.
So all of the Sega arcade stuff that is in a lot of the video games, more specifically the Yakuza games, those will probably stay.
Yep.
Which, speaking of which, Yakuza 7 comes out soon in English, so I'm really excited for that.
I haven't tried the series before. I might have to pick it up.
I would highly recommend it.
Especially because I still don't know what this whole... I mean, I know the meme, but I'm not really sure the context behind Bakamitai.
It's just the karaoke.
Gotcha.
Just you can sing in karaoke. That's it.
Okay.
That is the context.
Let's see. While fans may be disappointed that it's no longer safe for them to visit arcades in the current climate, there are some alternatives for the most die-hard fans. For starters, Sega announced a mini arcade cabinet called the Astro City Mini earlier this year, which will contain 36 games. There's no word, though, on if it will be made available in the West. What is available?
It's an arcade machine. Most of them are most arcade machines, even when in Japan, are in English. So, especially when it comes to the older arcade games. So
yep.
That should be no problem to just import that.
Yep. What is also available in the West is a replica arcade cabinet of classic Sega racing game Outrun, courtesy of Arcade 1-Up. It's very expensive at $499.99, but it not only replicates the arcade experience, it comes with 3 additional games: Turbo Outrun, Outrunners, and Power Drift.
Yeah, I've seen those Arcade 1-Up machines, and they're interesting, because they come in that box, and then you have to specifically set it up yourself. They are expensive, and is just there for the people who are the most enthusiastic about having a home arcade system. But for the price that they are really good replications of arcade cabinets.
Yeah, I might be looking to get some sort of an arcade unit in the next year or so. Might be one to
Just
take a
cool
look
set
at.
piece. Just have it in the room. That is just a cool set piece.
Yep. All right. So that pretty much covers everything I had here for today. Xantz, good catch on the Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity story. I did not know that had come out. Did you have anything else here for today?
Not that I can think of. I think I got everything then.
All right. So then, yeah, once again, we got a pretty big update hopefully coming this week for PSO2. And of course, Clementine, keep on chugging. You're doing great there with how everything is going. And with that brings us to the end of this episode. On behalf of Xantz and myself, thank you for joining us today. Day has dawned. Have a great day, everyone.
Johnny.